What's up, Stripe Nation? Blake Albertson here with B&B Lawn Care. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about commercial accounts. Are they good? Are they bad? And what my experiences have been. That's all I can speak on. I'm not telling you whether you should go after them, you shouldn't go after them. I just want to tell you guys my experience. First off, I'm going to show you guys some landscaping jobs we did yesterday. Small little easy jobs, but it is now, it's almost July. And that means the GIE, I know it's crazy to think about. It's coming up so quickly, but the hotels sell out, the flights get expensive, and the GIE tickets get expensive. Now they only go up to like 30 something bucks or whatever. But right now, I can get you 50% off the early bird discount. So I'm gonna leave the link in the top of the description. If you guys wanna support me, I get a little bit of a kickback from everybody that purchases the tickets on there. So if you like the content, if the videos help you out, click that link, purchase your tickets through that link. You guys get a killer discount. It benefits me, and hey, we all get to meet up at the GIE, have a great time. I will be there, like always. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. Let's figure out something for the Stripe Nation to meet up. Somewhere, a certain place and time. I wanna meet everybody. I wanna meet everybody in the Stripe Nation, man. So it's all cool, man. But let's get in the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. All day we've been spraying weeds, putting some sod down, some dirt, and now we're actually doing a small little landscape job. Ben's gonna start pulling some weeds here. Super simple, trimming up some of these shrubs, pulling the weeds, putting a little bit of mulch down, and we're out of here, man. So let's get to it. This little landscape job is done. Trimmed up the bushes, put some mulch down, pulled the weeds, and yeah, looking good. All right, guys, so easy little jobs, small, no big deal. Those are great jobs, dude, and Andy helped me get those two jobs, so shout out to Cut and Clean Lawn Care. That is what competition is about, helping each other out, helping each other's businesses succeed. He was busy mowing, couldn't get those jobs done, so I went in and was able to make a little bit of money from it, so super cool. Anyways, the reason I'm parked out in a random parking lot of Office Depot and Michael's was to make this video. Because this, okay, I'm gonna show you guys. So this whole property is basically, and of course somebody turns in the second I'm recording them. I don't wanna get yelled at by somebody. But this is Island Central. We have a line of strip malls here, okay? And there's just islands everywhere. Huge parking lots, tons of small little islands with, you know, a couple trees, a little bit of mulch, and it's just a lot of hopping curbs, a lot of edging, a ton of trimming. I mean, you think about an island, most of the time you have to trim on the outside, but you also have to trim in between these trees. It's a lot of work. Now, let me tell you the problems I've run into. I have mowed, and now that we don't have these contracts anymore, and I've never told anybody this online. I have mowed for a few humongous chains. JCPenney's, gigantic company. Pizza Ranch, pretty big company. I think it's nationwide. And Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. I had 3 locations, and I'll tell you, the worst one yet has been KFC. It's been terrible. It was terrible to work for them. It was a mess all the time, tons of trash, lots of weird little experiences at the properties. it was just not good. It wasn't enjoyable. The properties weren't very well kept, so you're just like maintaining like junky grass, and I don't like that. I like to put some stripes down, make properties look good. So it wasn't very satisfying. I didn't make a ton of money from it, and I never was fully paid. Never fully paid. So Kentucky Fried Chicken, if you're listening, you owe me a lot of drumsticks, pimp, and some mashed potatoes and some corn. I love KFC. I don't eat there anymore. One, it's just terrible for you, and two, I'm not going to support a place that doesn't support their contractors that help keep their property looking good. Anyways, not a good experience. It was okay. Did it for a couple years. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Always late paying. Never paid in full. I'm still owed money years later. Wasn't a good experience. Okay, Pizza Ranch had 3 locations. Pretty good. The yard was okay. There was some trash here and there, but it got me a ton of exposure because they always, you know, they had lunchtime. It was a pretty good experience. The management there was super awesome. I was always, for the most part, paid on time. Pretty good experience, man. Pretty good experience with them. But just like anything, it just kind of falls out, man. JCPenney's was a good experience. Beautiful lawn, tons of exposure to people that are coming in to shop and things like that. I was paid on time, and the weird thing about that corporate stuff like that is JCPenney's, and you guys might have heard about this a couple years ago, there was like a week where it was a huge big deal. They were about to file bankruptcy or something like that, and they basically sent out an email to every contractor that does painting, cleaning, anything, landscaping, at all of the properties nationwide, and said, we're no longer paying any of our external maintenance contractors. So there was like 2 weeks where we just stopped mowing, and then they got an email and it said, hey, start back up. We're, you know, back in business here at JCPenney's. It was pretty weird, but that's just corporate stuff that just happens. But with them, it was a very good experience. Pretty cool. Now, what I love, so we no longer do any chains, commercial. Very little commercial work. Very little commercial work. I love mowing for like mom and pop owned little strip centers, or maybe even just a single commercial building mom and pop shop. That could be a vet, that could be a little insurance, a little chiropractor, a little family owned restaurant. It could be a dentist, it could be an whatever. You guys know those little small, not Target, not Costco, not Sam's Club, like a little local person. So I really enjoy them. If you just have a good connection with them, I'm always paid on time. I'm always paid the correct amount. It's just nice, dude, that you have a connection with somebody. You're not just communicating through a management company that's communicating through a corporate office somewhere that you'll never meet, you'll never shake their hand, they'll never see the quality of work. That's probably one of the hardest things. One of the best things and one of the hardest things about commercial work is, like, even on these properties when I'm trying my hardest, doing absolutely excellent job, pulling these weeds, picking up trash near the doors where like I'm not even mowing or anything, and to know that nobody's ever gonna notice that work. And it's, you know, it's good and bad. You don't have anybody breathing down your neck. You know, I'd go to these properties, I could go there at midnight, or I could go there at 4 a.m., or I could go there at, and now you guys are gonna say city sound ordinances, but come on. Like, I'm just saying, like, I could go there whenever I wanted. Nobody told me when to go. If we were mowing them on Mondays and something came up on Monday and I had to go Tuesday or Wednesday, nobody ever questioned me or asked me where I was. So that part of it's okay, but also if you're doing a great job, if somebody comes in and lowballs you, like, they're gonna take that. You know, they never really look or care about how the lawn is, for the most part, on like giant chain restaurants, dude, giant. Maybe a store manager comes out and says, hey, can you do this? We've had that a couple times at like a KFC. But other than that, man, we don't, I have never went out and approached commercial contracts, which means I have never submitted proposals to the property managers unless they have called me through my website. And so that already gives me a position of, hey, you came and found me, so they're gonna take my bid more seriously, whether I just go into Target and say, hey, I was wondering if I could submit a bid to do the lawn care here. So I don't have information on that part, but all I can say is get a good contract, a good agreement written up, and do not listen to me. If you guys are the 30-day like invoice every month, do not mow one extra time until you are paid. That is how you get way behind. That is how they can screw you over. That's just the facts. Like I said, some of this stuff, dude, you're getting paid by people. Some of these giant companies, you're getting paid by corporate offices that aren't even in the same state. So they just don't care about you, man. Like, I hate to say it. That's the thing about commercial that I don't like. That's why I like residential. I like shaking Susie's hand and telling her thank you, and hearing her feedback, and hearing how she loves the stripes, she loves the mulch, she loves that I go the little bit of the extra mile to put her recycling bin from the curb to by the garage door so she doesn't have to walk down. Like, little things like that is what I love. That's why I don't push a lot of commercial work. It's very competitive. There's just a lot of instances, a ton of trash, a ton of liability with cars, people, windows, people. Like, there's just so much that goes into commercial work. You got to think, there's rocks always flying up in the grass and in the edges from the curbs disintegrating, basically. So there's just a lot more liability, a lot more headaches in commercial work. There's a lot more money. Nobody's breathing. Now, actually, I take that back. See, that has been put into my head by other lawn care guys, that there's more money in commercial work. Not in my experience. Not in my experience. That's all I'm gonna say. I have not experienced that there's more money in it, but there's less people breathing down your neck if you're behind and things like that. And you can mow right after it rains on most of these commercial yards because they drain pretty easily. But like I said, in my experience, man, it took me about an hour to do one of these little things, and I was getting paid like 50 bucks. So I can do, you know, 3 $35, $40 residential lawns in that amount of time without worrying about hitting rocks at people and cars and things all the time, picking up a ton of trash, just little things that you're not getting paid for. So anyways, guys, I hope that I like hearing other people's experiences. It helps me out. But anyways, if there's any questions, let me know in the comments and I will address them in another video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.